Well, hello everyone, and welcome to another Power Universe episode of Iron Panther Presents. Today, Stacey, Kimberly, and I shall be discussing Book 3's Season 1 trailer review and your comments that you made to our last video. We do appreciate everyone who liked, subscribed, and commented to our channel and video. This is why we do it. Therefore, if you are new to the channel, please subscribe to the channel. You can like on the video, you can comment the video like everybody else did. You can share the video, help us grow this family as we better understand the Power universe. So let's talk about that. What do you think of the idea that with Book 3, 50 and Courtney Kemp want to establish a Power universe? What do you think about that? Stacey, what do you think?
Isn't that the whole purpose of Book 2, Book 4, Book 5? Like, what do you mean?
Right, they wait till Book 3. They wait till Book 3 to be like, we officially labeled this the Power universe. Now they have an intro, they got an image, you know.
Hopefully that means Book 2 will get wrapped up next season.
That's another video when we preview Book 2. Thank you, but I see that. But Kimberly, what do you think of the branding? What do you think of the branding that they're trying to push this universe?
It is the Power universe, right? We got a couple of shows coming, so it's like 4 different shows that they have running year round, and like they said, it's never stops, right? So it is the universe. I think it's a cool concept, but what's weird, I know this is kind of off comment, but the weird thing is I was looking at Michael Rainey and a couple of other cast members. Why are they pitting Raising Kanan and Book 2? Why are they acting like one is better than the other? And they're pushing this agenda. The actual teenagers. Huh?
Oh.
The battle of the teenagers.
Yeah, it's like so weird. Because like even Brandon and Brandon's in on, all of the actors are doing this. It's just weird to me. People, this is a Power universe. Why would you be against each other? It doesn't make sense to me.
Because we're talking about it. Because of social media. Because people decide to hype up a show.
That's it.
Also, to some of the comments that we got is that this is the better version of Tariq's story. This is a young, smart black teenager who, for some reason, decides to get in the drug game, and the consequences of that, they are basically the same story. To the Power Universe issue, it reminded me of the Marvel Cinematic Universe, and with that, I thought the intro, similar to the MCU, should include the images of the shows that came before it. You should see Ghost image, you should see Tommy, maybe some of the famous deaths in it, like Dre burning up, Tariq being Ruiz being murdered. They kind of remind you of what got us here, like a sort of thing. And then like Amari Hardwick, like Ghost can be the main picture, like no.
You know how many conspiracy videos will be made just off the intro alone?
Why is Ghost again on image? Is he
Ghost is alive. Ghost is alive. It's like,
but yes, okay. So maybe that's why Courtney's like, let's move on from that. She also, so anyway, so that being said, Perp Minded and Proper King both said that they were impressed that this first episode was better than they thought it was going to be. This was a better start to a Power show. I think this is a better start in comparison to Book 2, because I think Book 2 is his closest competitor. I wouldn't say that to Book 1. Stacey, you disagree? What do you think?
I don't disagree. I just think that everything is better than Book 2.
That's because you don't like Tariq.
Yes.
And he should have died. But what do we get? Kimberly, what do you think? How does this premiere?
I think it was better laid out. I felt like I actually, when I watched it again, I felt like 50 actually doing the voiceover. At first I thought that was strange, but then when I really paid attention to it, it made sense because it's his story, right? We want to know, we really want to see Kanan, but we can't because he's dead. So if we can hear Kanan and he's basically telling us, these are the players in my life. This is how I became who you saw, this is how I became who I was, right? I thought that was actually pretty good. If they could have done that, I guess, with Power Book 2 also, but with Kanan, it's to me, I think it's better with Kanan's story, not with Tariq's story. So I think it's better laid out. You get more information about the people around him. You get more information about who raised him. So I feel like going forward, we're going to learn a lot more about him. Tariq, to be honest with you, I think they rushed his story, and then of course we know the eventual thing was he killed his dad, right? But his story was so rushed. I think with this story, they're going to take their time and tell us.
I disagree.
No, you don't think they're going to take their time?
I felt like book 3 was rushed for him to go from a little chubby kid to a murderer in one episode. Yeah. That's rushing.
Yeah.
We did get a little bit of development with Tariq over the years.
Yeah. I was gonna say, I agree with Stacey. Like that like Courtney had a plan and she got us there, right? There were more. There were, like, I guess with Tariq's, like, just maybe his acting, his personality, it was hard to see, like, some of that stuff. But him getting high, and, like, this is what we're doing, and this is what Dial Tone 21 got mad about. So Dial Tone 21, long-term, subscriber and commenter, he was like, why y'all keep on talking about book 1? So I want to address that issue, okay? The reason why is because this is a prequel to book 1. Like, Courtney and 50 decided to give us an extension of a story we already know. Therefore, we're going to see how it actually does tell the story we already know in a different way. That's their fault. Like, this show, like you said, 50 wanted to tell his story. He wanted to tell his version. This should have been a whole new show about a whole new family in the 90s that's not in Queens, perhaps titled Get Rich or Die Trying.
Yeah, already did that already.
I was like, but like, just to be like, hey, let's, you don't know these people, you don't know where it's going, and therefore we are open to whatever they want to do with these characters. And you don't have people like me saying that don't make no damn sense because this is supposed to happen to these characters at some point. Like, that's what happens with prequels, and that's what this episode fell into, and I'm like, that's their fault,
Yeah, they probably should have did it like Spartacus did it, right? Because Spartacus wasn't even in the prequel. Yeah. So we didn't have to be like, oh, that had happened to Spartacus because he wasn't in there. It was like some of the other characters that were developed.
But even with that, there were characters that were in both, and therefore certain had to happen. Like, certain people had to die. Like, people that don't.
They better explained why. I forgot what the husband and wife name was.
Yeah, I know.
But why they became these terrible people, right? So you kind of saw them come up. But even though Spartacus, like the original version, was about him.
Yeah, but that's another video. But I was suggesting even that there was a predetermined destination and they had to get there, which means they were limited. They were trying to be consistent with the storyline. And with this, they boxed themselves into that. To the narration, I say again, they got on my damn nerves. But Autumn 77, she also liked it because she loves 50's voice, so she said that was a great thing. So there you go.
I don't think it's gonna continue though. I think I'm hoping that is just for that episode. I think that was an introduction to it. I hope, because I don't want to hear his voice every single time. Actually, and this is probably off topic, but I listened to him on a he has like this channel, This is 50 on YouTube, and I like 50 Cent. Don't get me wrong. I just don't know what he's saying. I had to turn the closed captions on.
You get shot in the face a few times. You might have some pronunciation.
Right, but this is the thing. Some things you can understand him much clearer than certain things. Yeah, you got to do closed captions, because I was like, what are you saying? I couldn't even watch it. I was like, forget it. Because I really was interested in what he was saying, but it was just all over the place. And then I couldn't understand it, and I was like, ugh. Yeah, it was frustrating. Right. And the voiceover, he was straight. Did you guys notice that? Like, he was clear as a bell.
I was just tired of hearing his voice. But I see your point that he enunciated his words and he spoke well.
Yes.
It probably took him a few times in the studio to get there, but he got there.
About 15.
But so to your point though, His voice was not in this season trailer preview. So I'm hoping that's a sign that he will shut the hell up and we can just get to the story. That he was just trying to help us understand the characters, because there was a lot of new characters and we need to understand why they're there, right? So there was a purpose to that. But as I said in the comments to a commenter, this should have been that separate post-show thing that Courtney Kemp used to do, where she's not narrating the whole damn thing, right? It's like, hey, let's have a discussion about this episode. This is what I was trying to do. This is who these people are. And then that flushes it out, you know? Probably because of COVID, they couldn't do it because they didn't do that for Power Book 2. And that was because of COVID, because they didn't tend to do the same thing.
We didn't need it.
Not for 2. Guess because you don't like the show. But Brad, anyway, let's get to the trailer, please. All right. So looking at the trailer, all right, I'm baffled. How is it that after Kanan kills a classmate, causing a drive-by to be done on him and his mama's house, Raquel thinks it's a good idea to encourage not only him, but his entire crew now to be drug dealers. That's how she's keeping him protected, right? Because she's like, you got to keep your eye out on the streets because they're still coming for us. By the way, here's some cocaine or crack. Go out there and make us some money. How the fuck does that make any sense? It doesn't. When she spent the whole episode saying what? You're better than this. I don't want this life for you. I'm taking you to your grandma. Da. Now she's like, sell them drugs, son. Make us proud.
Bad parenting.
Thank you. Thank you, Charlie Murphy. That's just gonna be the hashtag. That being said, why is the danger on him? That's because Unique is on the revenge tip because of Buck 20. And I'm like, this whole season is going to be about avenging Buck 20's death. That's how we keeping Kanan relevant in his own show. Like, you can kiss my ass. So anyway, I watched a 30-second preview for episode 2, and Raquel and Unique are in the graveyard, and Unique is like, the streets are talking. Buck's family is coming. Who the fuck is Buck's family, and why do I care? Like,
well, Buck 20 is dead. So yeah, your family, if you were dead, your family be coming for people too.
You know how many people died in Book 1 and nobody gave a fuck, and they just kept that move. Let's not do that. I'm they should have developed Buck and his family. So when Kanan murders him, perhaps episode 5, now we know there's serious consequences to this, and that this is something. But now they're like, oh, the streets are hungry. Hey, Unique, I got an idea. How about you just kill one of Raquel's corner boys and call this shit a day? Because this is an eye for an eye. This is a body for a body. Just shut the fuck up and move on. Like, he's not related to Unique. It doesn't seem like. He wasn't some big lieutenant or someone important in the organization. Also, why haven't they used the phrase corner boy? Of all the lingo that they threw out in last week's episode, the one thing we heard constantly in Book 1 that did not pop up in this episode is the term corner boy. Did they not watch Book 1? I mean, do you not realize the story you're based on? I was
corner boys in the 90s. Maybe they were called something else.
No, they were all corner boys. Ghost and Tommy were. I'm right. It's just like Ghost and Tommy were corner boy. I'm like, that's what you called them. Damn it! I was like, maybe they didn't work on the corner. Maybe they're called store boys. Like I don't know, but they're on the corner. So I'm like, he was on the corner when he got murdered. That makes him a corner boy. I digress. Okay, so I didn't get that. So back to why do we give a shit and why hasn't things happened? I'm gonna get this right. Camille Gates. So Camille Gates wrote a very detailed response to our video, and one of the things she said was, let's talk about Raquel's brothers and why they're not doing shit they need to be doing. So Marv is the muscle of this group, as phrased, yet neither he nor anyone in this crew has done anything to Unique's crew. In one episode, Unique put one of their people in the hospital, shot him in the leg, and now they're going to pay this man's medical bills. Then Unique's crew does a fake drive-by, threatening the family at a diner. Then Unique's crew does a real drive-by trying to kill Kanan. After all of that violence and aggression, Raquel and her brothers do absolutely nothing but talk and negotiate and give Unique everything he asked for. How does that make any sense?
Because of $120, $150. How much is he? 70?
He's a $120, but I'm like,
okay.
It doesn't make any sense. Remember, Raquel, the mother, is the one that took her little boy, fat son, put batteries in a sock, and told him that if someone pushes you around, you beat the shit out of him and all their friends, and I'm gonna stand here and smoke a cigarette while you do it. Yet now she's negotiating with the man who keeps on fucking with her and her organization, doing nothing to retaliate for any of it.
But I feel like she's not doing anything right now because Kanan made the mistake. Kanan has the target on his back. She has to tread lightly, very lightly, because even like there was a part that I actually wrote a note on. Remember when Kanan was mouthing off to his mother in front of Jukebox and his uncles, right? When what she said to Marvin was, if you want, what did she say? She said, if you want to, basically step into my shoes and run this yourself, then go ahead and do it. But we know from the past that you're not capable of doing it. So, pretty much step aside. So we need to know, what did Marvin do before when he was leading the whole thing? She had to step in and take, what it sounds like to me is she took over the leadership because of something that Marvin fucked up. That's what she said to him. So I'm thinking Marvin was saying that, he wanted to know, why would you give the corners to Unique? But then she was like, she checked them. She was like, well, what, basically, if you want to run this, you want to, tell me what to do, then by all means, go ahead. But we see that when you did that before, it didn't work out for you. So we don't know. We don't know the background. I'm hoping the second episode, they'll give us more of what happened with Marvin,
I see your point why she gave up the corners. That doesn't explain why she didn't retaliate when they shot the guy at the beginning of the episode. Because he said, the crews rolled up on me, they shot a couple of my dudes. Now that guy's in the hospital with a bullet in his leg. There was no retaliation for that. The diner, they do a fake drive-by. There's no retaliation for that. Unique was like, hey, I did that to get your attention. You make a phone call. You know what I'm saying? You send a messenger. You don't shoot at anywhere near me and my family. Both of those should justified a retaliation at some level to show that they have the ability to get violent if necessary. They did not do any of that, which is why Unique felt it was okay to try to shoot at Kanan, because clearly Raquel don't have the muscle or the will, to do something. That's what I would have thought if I was him. I was like, so he can just kill them at this point, because what are they gonna do? What are they gonna do? I mean, they've done nothing. So why am I scared of you? Like, they need to be scared of Unique, because Unique has proven that he has the people to do things.
From the trailer, he's got the back. He's got the detective has his back.
So
basically,
well, what'd you say?
And let me go to my note. He said he was talking to the Unique, and let's see. Hold on. Okay. Sorry. I'm looking at my notes.
I'm looking at my own notes.
Okay, so Detective Howard, we know he's a dirty cop. When he was meeting with Unique, he said only one king can rule a kingdom. So clearly he's against Rock.
I would disagree with that. I think he was saying that both of you can't be in charge, because in the trailer he's actually talking. At some point he's talking to Raquel, and he's like, "Where's this going? Are we just treading water?" So I think they may have either they are dating. They got some kind of history, right?
I think they have a history, but he also said, "My bet is on you." He said that to Unique in the trailer.
Well, I'm saying we don't know how that trailer was cut. Also, So it could be trying to mention. I mean, he's clearly playing both sides, but I think there's something going on between him and Raquel. Which is why he was there to investigate the shooting into Kanan, and I think there's going to be some there because I thought again they have history. If they did or are dating, they're messing around. And how's that drive the story? I don't know. But I don't think he's against her at this point. But maybe he's just trying to see which one is going to benefit him. Maybe he's like, I'll support whichever one of you gets my agenda from point A to point B, which will make him a better character. I mean, I think if he does something like that. So Raquel is going to sleep with Symphony. Like that was a surprise. But we did see that in the trailer. So how's that going to complicate the drug game? Von Joyner suggested that maybe he's an undercover cop, perhaps trying to bust the drug organization going on at the club. Stacey, you disagree?
Yeah, he's too cute for an undercover cop.
He is fine.
Okay. Well, then how it's going to complicate something. So, how do you think this love story is going to mess up the business that Raquel is going to have to be in a compromising position?
I just think they're going to try to kill her, and he's going to jump in front of the bullet like Angie and die.
So it's funny you should bring that up. All right, because I was thinking let's go down the road. He is an undercover cop. Like his job was to find out who the drug dealing was in the club. He starts sleeping with the drug dealer, right? Now we have a Ghost and Angie situation, right? Both of them are trying to keep the other out of danger, right? Like he's trying to keep her from getting arrested. She's trying to keep him from being killed. Then Marv and crew finds out that Symphony is in fact a cop. So then Marv kills him. That's an option. Kanan kills him because Marv is like, this man is a threat to us and you need to take care of it, nephew.
But did we see that in book 2?
Yeah. Hey, don't act like this is the first time.
They gonna be dragging him into a puddle.
Hey, don't get mad. People can talk about we don't know how New York is. But or maybe
New York on the panel.
I'm just got mad about that shit. Like, fuck, you don't know anything about New York. And then what about Detective Howard? Maybe Detective Howard having a previous or current relationship with Raquel, doesn't like the idea that he has competition, finds out Symphony is in fact working a good cop working for the cops, or he kills Symphony to be like
and then put in the airport.
LaGuardia.
Hey,
airport.
L2
section 1. Like, be damned. If somebody ends up at the airport in this book, I'm gonna be like, motherfuckers. Like, why could they? Anyway, we're not gonna talk about book 1, but that's a good thing. I appreciate that. Let's. Symphony's not gonna make it. It's just a matter of fact who's gonna kill him. And so that's there. So Jukebox has a very sweet moment with Raquel where they exchange stories about they're both dating someone. Again, because of what we've already been told, this is a missed opportunity that this conversation should have been with Kanan, her close cousin, not his mama, to be like, oh, I'm dating someone. Who you dating? Right? So what is Raquel going to do when she finds out that her niece is gay? How does that impact them as a relationship? Because she probably gonna know Marv is not gonna be okay with that.
I think she probably knows. You can tell. I mean, she's kind of close to Jukebox. I think she might know already.
Stacey, what do you think?
So one of the comments was like, how did they not know she was gay? And like, I remember the 90s, and a lot of girls were real tomboyish. We wore the baggy clothes, and like that was the style. So I don't necessarily think you would look at her and be like, oh, she's gay. You know, she would just have that tomboy style that we had in the 90s.
Total, Aaliyah, Mary J. Blige.
Yes.
That was a thing. Until Lil' Kim came out and said ass and titties. And they're like
ass and titties.
And Foxy was like ass
and Foxy Brown. Yeah.
And Foxy Brown, right? That changed the whole game for that. But you're right. I mean, like I don't. Anyway, I think you're right. I don't see how they do that. But either way, I think they want a moment where Jukebox like opens up to Raquel and tells her, and it's supposed to be like a sweet family moment. I think they're gonna try to go for that. I think she says, "Don't tell my dad I'm dating someone," which I can understand. Her dad, like a lot of dads, don't want their daughters dating. And Marv don't seem like he's any kind of intelligent, mature father by any means. Where is her mama? I always ask, "Where's mama?" Anyway, but I digress.
She's a pipehead.
Huh?
She's a pipehead.
Right, so when we see her on the street scratching, we're gonna be like, damn. He's gonna be like, see, that's how your mama ended up out there on the pipe because she cheated on me with another man or maybe another woman.
Yeah.
Wait. Okay. I digress. So Rainy J's made a good point. She suggested that perhaps once Marv puts out Jukebox, that perhaps she could have moved in with Raquel and Kanan and kind of show like that, and that would have been good. But that's not consistent with book one. That wouldn't have made sense because the both of them are being raised by a loving family member. Then they wouldn't have turned into who they turned into. It would have been again. I think that kind of limits their ability to do that sort of thing. But I think it would have been a good turn.
I think Rock is gonna die, and he's gonna end up going with Marvin. That's what I think.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, because Marvin seems to be an ass, but.
Yeah. we making moves. I saw him in the trailer. I don't know who he's talking to, but he's like, because they're trying to expand the business. Speaking about expanding the business, so Raquel, a very quick second, Raquel is talking to some man with a mustache in the background, and she's like, "We're the ones out here taking all the risks." So I'm assuming that's her connect, and we're gonna see who the connect is at some point. I mean, I don't know who that is, but. The guy's gonna be a power book. Oh, you talking about family business?
Yeah, it's always we had Milan. We're having Mecca in book 2.
That's right.
So we need some type of capital city.
So, man, that would be hilarious. Well, this guy. So we got to think of a place in Mexico because I think the guy looks Latin. I ain't trying to be racist or nothing, but I think I saw the mustache, and the mustache told me Latin.
Yeah.
He could be Puerto Rican. He could be Puerto Rican. He could be Mexican.
So it's gonna be something. They need to mix that shit up. It's always the Latin people that providing the drugs. That's racist in and of itself. But
that's where cocaine comes from. Latin countries.
Cocaine comes from Colombia, yes. But I'm like this. But like heroin comes from Asia. I mean, there's other places in the world that sells drugs. I mean, they could branch it out. That's what I'm saying. But anyway, it's probably gonna be a Latin dude. Either way, we agree.
Yeah, it's probably gonna be Latin.
Sounds like racist. Anyway, all right. So let's talk about real quick. Back to Jukebox. So Spill the Tea suggests that I think we all agree Jukebox's white girlfriend is gonna die one way or the other. I was kind of hoping that if she goes, perhaps she's killed by one of Unique's drug dealers because clearly Unique can do anything he wants to this family and there's no repercussions.
Maybe she'll have to do it.
And that's what I'm saying. Maybe that puts her in a position where she's like, fuck.
Oh, that's good. That would,
and she goes
that
like,
would tear her up.
And she goes beast mode on this person. Like, whoever this, like, I'm saying that would be awesome. Like, maybe she cuts off his dick and beats him with it. Like, maybe she does some wild shit. Maybe I went too far on that one.
Yeah, I think so.
My bad. But she needs to do something like that. That would be good. That would be a reason, right? That'd be weird for her to get that man, right? So avenging lovers. So we see that Davina does confront Kanan about, do you know what happened to Buck 20? I know
he lies.
Huh?
And he lied.
Well, so we don't know what, I mean, he's like, I don't know, but she's like, I know how the world works, like Kanan. So this is my problem with this scene, all right? So the streets already know that Kanan killed Mr. 20, right?
Right.
So why the fuck is she asking? Right? Now remember
we ask questions that we already know the answer to see if y'all want to lie to her face.
And he lied.
And Mr. Rock said that. Miss Chris Rock said, women just want the confession. They got all the evidence in the world, but they want the confession.
We already know. We just want to hear what's gonna come out of your mouth.
Yep.
Now, I see where you're going with that. My other problem is that in the trailer, she's being right before that scene, she's being followed by 2 uniformed police officers who are investigating Mr. 20's murder, and therefore talking to people that know him, like his girlfriend. So I'm like, is she working with the cops? Like, is she trying to get him to snitch?
Didn't she get in a fight in the trailer in the hallway? Her and another girl, and the cops grabbed her.
That could be possible. I saw the cops walking behind her. I thought that was more of the issue of maybe they were investigating Buck's 20 murder, but maybe that was the fight. Maybe it was the fight. If it turns out that she's working for the cops, right, then perhaps this is a moment for Kanan to kill her to keep himself from going to jail.
Oof. That would be rough.
Or Jukebox kills her because she's like, hey, this bitch is talking to the cops, and she might get you sent to jail. I can't have that. You my cousin. That could be that. So I was thinking, let's see where that plays out. Either way, Kanan at some point is in the trailer with a new woman wearing a jean jacket, and I'm like, is that Sean's mama?
Jarita.
So if that's her name, I will. It's on Wikipedia. It was on MIDB. But if you look at MIDB right now, Omar Epps' name is not his name in the show. Like, somebody wrote some random shit. I just want to put that out there. Anybody can put anything on MIDB. Just saying that. So IMDb. So I was thinking about that. So anyway, I think we're gonna see. It's not Davina. Like, clearly she's like, I can't believe you killed my man. She actually gonna give a fuck about. Maybe she's the one that's gathering up the forces to kill Kanan because of Buck 20. Maybe she takes it there. So anyway, as it relates to Sean, so SJ Smith pointed out that Kanan's friend Famous, his real name is Sean, and therefore SJ predicts that perhaps Famous will be murdered, which is very likely, since he's not, he's in his drug life. He ain't really he's kind of the lively, fun person in the group, so he's gonna go at some point. And then Kanan, as a form of honoring his friend, names his first son Sean. I mean, that's not Sean. If the show goes that long, and we get that, like, maybe that's how that works.
You said that last video.
So I was like, so we can work that out. All right. So that's what we're gonna do with that. I think this is gonna be a good season. It just all can't be about Unique's or Buck 20's revenge scenario. Like, that's gonna get old like very quickly.
I think Unique is gonna die.
The man has an armored BMW. Like, what?
That's half of the entire mafia, but half of them are dead. So
I was like, what? Ghost didn't even have that. Like Tommy didn't have that. Like, what is? All he wears is a big ass gold chain. I want him to get shot, and when the gold chain stops it, like that's why I need to happen. He's like, oh shit, the medallion saved my life. He's like, that's why I wear it.
He wears big Flavor Flav clocks.
He do. He almost got one. Because that overacting, bruh. Like, and that white girl's gonna come back. I saw her in the trailer very, very quickly. So the Miss Dog woman is still gonna be around.
I need her to go. She's annoying. She's like a useless character, huh?
What is her purpose?
Exactly.
She's gonna go avenge her dog.
No. We gotta see her. We gotta see her like bow down to Raquel to be like, I understand now. Maybe she brings in another connect. I don't fucking know. But she was annoying. I mean, she was just annoying. And I agree. Like, I'm not sure what her point is. Hugo, is that his name? The owner of the club. We gotta see him. Maybe he's like, hey, you don't fuck around with my girl's dog. Like, maybe that's gonna mess up the business, and they have to go somewhere else. But I think the club is gonna be a thing. I think they're gonna spend a lot more time in the club, and then maybe it's replacing Truth as one of the main. Courtney Kim did an interview. So Courtney Kim did an interview, and she said that even though the club is in the show, the club would not be the main focus of the show. It's just a background. People are like, so this is new Truth, and she's like, no, there's not gonna be a lot of club action going on. It totally surprised me how much she was trying to justify this prequel. How she's like, well, you know, it's a way we expand the story, and some of these young writers, like they come with storylines that foreshadow the character's death, and I tell them no, like we can open it up and explore these characters more. I was like, that money got to her, or 50 got to her.
50 got to her. That's what it was, because 50 wanted this story out there. He wanted like, to get it done, and he was gonna get it done with her or without her.
So she's like, let's just get on board and act like I wanted it.
Yes. I was like, it's about the cash.
But you didn't. But anyway, we're here now, so let's just work through that. Any new predictions that you want to see happen that we haven't discussed yet?
I want to know who the dad is. DEFCON.
Yeah.
There will be a truce, and Kanan will go over to Unique's side, and Unique will send his son with Raquel.
We're doing Fargo now.
Yeah, that's got to be it. That's got to be. They I don't know. I want to meet Tyrone. I mean, does he go to the same school as Kanan? You know what I'm saying? Maybe he leads the dance class. Like maybe he's a good dancer. Maybe. I like to see that. He's in ballet, and
he's like the guy from Fame. Isn't that what we said in the last
yeah.
Fame.
I want to live forever. Never mind. So we'll see how that goes, guys. Anything else before we wrap up? All right, guys.
Wait. I have one thing. I think just one thing. I think D-Wiz is gonna die because they need a body. No, for what Kanan did. I think D-Wiz is gonna die because it was D-Wiz and Kanan. So I think D-Wiz is definitely gonna be that body that they need.
Not famous.
Okay. Not Kanan. But
no, not famous. Not famous.
Not yet. Famous. Yeah. I don't think he's gonna die yet. I think he'll die sometime in the middle.
Okay,
that's it.
If it's fair, if they're like an eye for an eye, and Buck's family, who the fuck they are like, who was there, and they're like, you can't have Kanan. Let's back it up. Raquel gets confronted by Buck's family, who apparently is important, and she's like, what she should have did to be like, you know what? My bad. You're not killing my son, but here's someone you can kill. And maybe behind, Kanan's back, she's like, D-Wiz was there. Maybe he's the one that actually pulled the trigger.
But you remember that scene when they were shooting at him, and he was like, did you hit him or did I hit him?
Yep. They don't know who shot who.
No, people.
Maybe somebody will do some forensics and pull the shell cage scene and be like, that's a 22.
They need Angela.
At the 22.
Oh shit! No,
they need the forensics from Snowfall.
Yes, they got fingerprints on them motherfuckers.
Yes,
that was the 80s, and they were like, we got fingerprint analysis.
Yep. What fat dude?
You can black ass on that, bro. I was like, that's too much. But yeah, right. It's plot convenience, right? What they need to achieve, right? But like, yeah, you're right. So speaking of Angie, as the show goes on, not tomorrow, but as the show goes on, I would like to see Poppy, and Mama. We had no idea who Angie's mom was. She wasn't even mentioned in book one, but like the Valdez family can be in this show, not the daughters. But Poppy and Mom walking down the street, someone says hi to them, just to acknowledge that the Valdezes exist and that they're in this universe, right? They're in South Jamaica, Queens. I would like to see that, just as a small nod. I do not want to see Angie or Paz running around. That's definitely not what I want to see. But I would like to see somebody. I will know shit about Poppy except he got Alzheimer's in his old age. That's it.
Remember Jamie?
Oh, that's right. And that's like, even despite all that, he was like, Jamie, you lousy drug dealing motherfucker. He's like, I remember you. But somehow Angie's like, who? I don't, what do you mean, Poppy? My baby sold drugs? What are you talking? If he would have screamed ghost for no reason, that would have been, oh, he sees ghosts? No, he said ghost, singular. Like he was talking
like Fantasma.
Remember when Lobo said that shit? It just didn't sound the same in Spanish, but I was like, I see where they're going with that. Then Ghost comes back and kills Poppy. Like, God damn it! I was like, shh. Why would you try to tell her that? like Tommy, what you do? Ghost, why'd you kill him? He's like, I had to, bro. He saw selling drugs when Angie was at Choke. He's about to snitch. Anyway, my bad. All right, okay, guys. Thank you guys very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. We will see you tomorrow for episode 2. And we will do our best not to mention book 1. We're trying to leave this book to be standalone. What's up?
Lies.
Only if it's relevant. Only if it's relevant.
We mention it when it's relevant.
Yeah, that's right. This show's prequel, so that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna be like, who's this character? Why are they not in book 1? Anyway, till next time. Well, hello everyone, and welcome to another. Hey, what did you say? What did you say? Hey, don't talk shit to me. You say let's get started. We're gonna get started.